What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. We're doing a market watch today, but first I want you to go and invest some time into following me on Twitter, house_of_champs. The goal is, simply put, to have a daily meme put up. Some original content, some will be taken from Zodiac Duels, where, let's face it, some of the best memes pop up. This is by Alex Buell, Sanic versus Knuckles on Left Arm Offering versus Diabola. And then we've got some classics here, such as the Triple H one for today's, and some more original content. So the goal is a meme every single day where the theme is Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll enjoy yourselves. It's real nice, a great investment. But let's get into today's market watch for you guys, what you really came here for. Double Evolution Pill is creeping on up, and it's now sitting at about 256 for its market price. It's at 270 here, and it does somewhat quickly rise to 3, at least on the first page. Low quantities blocking the way besides this big chunk of 20. But on eBay, the listings are relatively low. Only 14 sellers overall on eBay, and it quickly rises to $4. So this card is more so getting actual hype than a targeted buyout. You're able to use Armageddonite to basically create Conductor Tyranno by sending the new guy to the graveyard that is a dinosaur that searches you out the pill. It's really good, and I think people will start playing this card more in the dinosaur decks. Its utilization's just way better than it was, and it doesn't really create a brick to do so, but you don't necessarily want to draw this card, but it's useful when you do draw it raw. Oh man, that's too much, right? Ritual Beast Ulti Gae Leo. Say that 5 times fast. Has spiked relatively hard here. It's at $11 for the ulti and $11 for the ultra. Well, if I was a man to choose where to spend my money, I'd be getting the ultimate rare if you absolutely need to have it right now. Ritual Beast were actually doing relatively well at the regional scene, as we actually showed on the channel. And in the current meta, they managed to get very far in a 300-man tournament. And I think that it's got relative potential, especially with the new Link monster, to do even better now. And it's kind of one of those decks that if you aren't skilled against it, if you haven't played against it, it's just gonna wipe the floor with you. I'm gonna try to stop you here. Oh no, I stopped you at the wrong time. That sort of thing really happens when you aren't well versed in the matchup, and not many people are anymore. So we see it on both fronts. We see the ultras and ultis here at around the $10 mark on eBay as well. The buyout twofold, it'll go back down. It's not going to see immediately meta results, but there are people who are excited to try this deck again that probably let it go in the past, and we'll see it settle probably a little bit above its old market price, although I find this to be relatively high versus where it was at already, so we'll see. It's really hard to justify buying a card versus when you need it and to use it, and unfortunately, if you need this sooner than later, you'll be paying a premium, but it will go back down over time, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and get into Extreme Forces. It's now on TCG Player. A lot of these prices are going to be higher than they should be, but there's actually some deals already. Not counting the main two, Electromite and Saryuja Skoldred, they're a bit high. Inspector Border is actually the cheapest it is on market besides eBay. eBay is actually now down to 15, but this is cheaper than any store still if you're coming over here. If we pull up Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, Skoldred's actually gone down to $40. Nice. So we're already seeing the price tank a little bit, even from the vendors. I haven't pulled it up yet, so let's go ahead and look up Skoldred EXFO and see what we get. And people are already listing the Japanese under that name. Yeah, so $10 under market on Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. Remember, 5% off with DGZ BODZ 5 for an even cheaper price. Usually when we see Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles set a trend, one of two things happens. They sell out and the price is still up on the market, or the market trends down towards them. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But right now, this is the cheapest you'll get. And remember, when you spend like over $75, you get free shipping. For singles, I think that's actually cheaper, but I don't know the exact price. And the Mech Knight and Mythical Beast deck bases are cheaper than you could get them anywhere. We actually see over here that the Mech Knights are still hanging at $15 and $12, where the deck base includes 2 of each of those, I believe. Yeah, you get 2 Blue Sky Secret Rare, 2 Purple Nightfall Secret Rare, 3 of each of the Ultras here, and then you get all the rares and commons and supers, you know, relatively free, considering this is almost the $60 value on its own. And after 5% off, you're basically the same price there, and you're getting all the rest free. They really kind of set the price on these as people were pre-selling them at like $25. And they're relatively competitive on the single pricing as well. They're the cheapest Isoldes on the market still, as we see $10 here, and over on TCG Player it's overhyped as well. But again, these TCG players, take them with huge grains of salt, so everything will be coming down over the next week. To match more so towards the market and eBay, because there's very, very, very few sellers right now. We always see pro play games get in here fast with relatively decent prices as we see them. They're the cheapest on Inspector Border. But definitely, it's kind of the time to start deciding what you're going to want and have your money set aside and then snipe it. As I did say, they had Pendulum Paradox way too low, and it's already upped again. Remember, on Sneak Peek, you could have got this for like $3 or something ridiculously low, and they've already upped it to $5. They still have the Mythical Beast cheaper than anybody at $6.15. We see it on eBay at $9.44 here, and I believe it's a little more on... Nope, it's about the same, $9.87. So the cheapest you can still get a lot of cards is Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, and then you can get 5% off your order. If you ordered enough, it's free shipping. It's the best bang for your buck, so to speak. Now, where is our Armageddon Knight card I promised to show you? Here we are, over Tex. I'm not gonna try to say this. Am I gonna try to say this? Coatulus, or something like that. It can't be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned, etc. That's not why you really want it. Why you want it is if it's sent to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Evolution Pill spell card from your deck to your hand. So it's kind of the brick that you add to the equation, but it does also have a summoning condition. I believe you have to have like 5... Yeah, shuffling 5 of your banished dinosaurs monsters into the main deck is a summoning condition, so it's a bit hard, but late game even, it's not a brick itself. So it's kind of interesting that it actually finds use in the deck later in the game, because you're going to be banishing with Miscellaneous Sourcing it there relatively easy, especially with Conductor Tyranno as well. And Evolution Pill, I believe, banishes for you. So there's just so much synergy with the deck there, but it can be a brick in your opening hand. But overall, the equation's not too bad. And you'll still find a lot of the super rares the cheapest here, a lot of the Link rares the cheapest here for now. As we know, every set that happens, a lot of the packs get ripped open. People are trying to sell stuff to get back free value after profiting off their boxes. A lot of the lower stuff will end up selling. But like the cover card of the set, $1.36. I believe that's cheaper than anybody right now too. Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles just... I like them. I know I'm sponsored by them, but they don't even ask me to include them on Market Watch. I do it because it's the best prices for you guys. I promise. We have the lowest we've seen this set at, Spirit Warriors. I was just flipping through. Caspar is at one of its lowest points at 13. Weather Painter Snows back down to 10. Starfire is just creeping on down. And it's the perfect time to pick up the Musketeers if you've been waiting. This is about as cheap as it gets, as they're kind of the pull of the set, along with the Weatheries and 6 Samurais. Like this is the deck of the set, more so than any of the other two. But the fan favorite is probably Samurais, and they're still kind of sitting up there as well now. Solemn Strike has moved up $1. Why is this significant? Counter Fairies are out, and people are kind of picking at the cards. It's gone up on eBay too. We have only 1 at 6 near mint, 1 seller, and then we see $7 quickly and then it starts to rise from there. I told people to get theirs when it was like $4 to $5. I warned that we might not receive another reprint for a while, and it's only going to continue to go up over time. It's what a lot of people see as a card you want to have access to in your side deck at worst. A lot of people still main this card. It's always interesting to see it versus like Spell and Trap Destruction. Is it worth it? But it's a great card regardless. You can't argue that it isn't a great card. People argued for this to be on a ban list at one point. I would personally still be trying to trade for mine now if I didn't have them. Don't wait for another reprint unless you think you're never gonna play this card. Like, it's still a good card to have access to. So thanks for watching today's Market Watch, everybody. What did you think of the creeping up of Double Evolution, Ritual Beast buyout, and the initial TCG prices / cooldown from Sneak Peek Weekend of Extreme Forces? It's kind of a crazy week for the market, and we'll continue to see where everything settles. What do you think is actually underhyped from the set, I guess, is the best question. What do you think will be going up? Some of my friends think, such as Farfa, actually think that the Mythical Beast will be broken in eventually, and he hopes to see that happen soon. But what do you guys think is underhyped from this set? Let me know.